When exactly will stimulus checks be sent? Let's discuss the details in this video. As most of you know, Pelosi and Democrats have approved that stimulus package in the House, but we're still waiting for Senate Democrats to approve it as well. And now we have this issue of the $15 minimum wage that Bernie Sanders is determined to fight for. So this may or may not slow down stimulus in the Senate. We're also going to have a lot of good updates for those who are on Social Security benefits as well. So let's jump right into it. But before we do, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. I'd also like to thank my sponsor, Webull. They've partnered with me to provide free stocks for my viewers, valued up to $1,800. It's completely free and takes 2 minutes. All you need to do is open an account using my link. The link is in the description of this video, just below the like button. Feel free to sell the stocks immediately to use the money if you'd like. Just make sure to fully open your account and then click on the green button that says Get Free Stocks. Okay, let's look at the calendar and discuss when we expect these stimulus checks to be sent. But quickly, let's recap what's included in the stimulus package as currently approved. Remember, the House has approved it, but the Senate will still amend this, so there will be some changes, but this, for the most part, will be the end stimulus package. Of course, those $1,400 stimulus checks. The good news is it does include adult dependents. Really good news, especially for those who are on Social Security benefits, because a lot of people on benefits were claimed as dependents and left out of those previous stimulus checks. So if you're an adult dependent, make sure that whoever claims you either gets that check or gives it to you if they want to give it to you. Because honestly, a lot of adult dependents should be getting these direct payments, but they're going to go to whoever claimed you. Now, if you don't have a Social Security number, this is mainly illegal residents. Those people will not be getting a stimulus check, but their family will still be able to get the stimulus check. That $400 unemployment boost, which would begin on March 15th. The child tax credit, which would be either $3,600 or $3,000, depending on the age of your child. And this will be paid monthly, so this will provide monthly payments for millions of American families throughout this crisis. Of course, more money that is specifically for restaurants and bars, more money specifically for airports and airlines. Of course, more money for education to help reopen schools safely, more money for mortgage and rental assistance, more EIDL grants, and money for coronavirus testing and vaccine distribution, more money for state and local governments. The only bad thing here is that there is no $200 monthly boost for those who are on Social Security benefits. I know we've been talking about this for months. Joe Biden has this on his website. It is still on Joe Biden's website. And this was one of his main campaign promises, to give everyone on Social Security benefits a $200 per month stimulus boost. We have yet to hear from him on that, but guys, don't worry. I do expect to get an update soon. So don't forget to subscribe. I will keep you updated on that. I still think he's going to do that. I have not given up hope yet on that. We also have the $15 minimum wage, which is currently included in this package, but Democrats will be forced to remove that in the Senate. However, Bernie Sanders is continuing to fight for that $15 minimum wage, and this may or may not slow down when stimulus checks are sent. But let's take a look at the calendar and see when we expect stimulus checks to be sent. This is the 2021 Congressional Calendar, and if you look on your screen, anything that's white means that Congress is not in session. So beginning March 27th, all the way through the middle of April, Congress is on vacation for Easter, Good Friday, and Passover. So that is a pretty hard deadline because we do not expect Congress to work past March 26th. Of course, we're hoping to get stimulus checks a lot more quickly. So at this point, there is still a small chance that Senate Democrats could pick up this bill next week, just remove that $15 minimum wage, approve it by the end of the week, and then we'll have these checks sent out shortly. However, that is not likely because of two reasons. First of all, Bernie Sanders and other Democrats are going to continue to fight for that $15 minimum wage, and some moderate Democrats are going to push for more targeted stimulus checks. These are the two factors that might slow down stimulus. Again, we might get lucky. They might say, hey, let's drop this. Let's get these stimulus checks out quickly. That's a best case scenario, although not very likely. If that did happen, we'd have the stimulus package approved by the end of the first week of March, March 5th. At this point, it takes the IRS about 3 days to a week to start sending out that first wave of direct deposit stimulus checks. So in a best case scenario, you'd have your stimulus checks direct deposited by March 12th. But the most likely scenario here is that Bernie Sanders continues to fight for that $15 minimum wage. He has certain proposals he's already drawing up. One thing he wants to do is tax corporations if they don't pay their employees $15 per hour. Basically an indirect way of creating a $15 minimum wage, right? Because if you're taxing corporations, they're basically forced to pay their employees $15. Otherwise, they're going to be hit with a very massive tax bill. But with that said, not only that, some moderate Democrats like Joe Manchin might still push for more targeted stimulus checks. Now, guys, don't worry. This would most likely affect those who make a higher income. So anyone who makes over $75,000 per year, they might have their stimulus checks either completely removed or just tapered down more quickly to receive a smaller stimulus check. It's likely that Joe Manchin will push for this, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. But those are the two factors that might slow down stimulus. So because of this, the quickest that we might expect to see a stimulus package approved in the Senate would be the end of the second week of March, by March 12th. And again, it takes the IRS about 3 days to a week to send out that first wave of direct deposit stimulus checks. So a likely scenario is about March 17th. We could potentially have the first wave of people getting their direct deposit stimulus checks by March 17th. And then those who get mailed stimulus checks usually takes about a week more at this point. So that would be about March 24th when that first wave of people getting their mailed stimulus checks would go out. Of course, it takes another week to receive them, give or take. So a lot of people would be receiving their stimulus checks in the mail by the end of March or that first week of April. Again, that's just the first wave. A lot of people don't receive their stimulus checks for months. Now, another potential scenario is this battle over that $15 minimum wage drags this on for the entire month, and we don't have this stimulus package approved until March 26th, at which point nobody would get stimulus checks until the beginning to the middle of April. This is a worst case scenario. I really don't think this is going to happen, but I'd give this about a 10% chance to happen. I think there's about a 75% chance that we will have these stimulus checks approved in the middle of March, and most people will begin receiving them by the end of March and beginning of April. But again, we have different factors at play here. We didn't think the $15 minimum wage would be such a major factor in getting this stimulus package approved, but we'll have to wait and see how strongly Bernie Sanders fights for this. Now, as far as getting your stimulus check, there are a lot of people on Social Security benefits who still have not received their first two stimulus checks, but they think they should have. Now, if you fall into that category, you're going to have to file your taxes to make sure that you retroactively get those stimulus checks. And filing your taxes now will also help ensure that you receive that third stimulus check because the IRS will then have your information on file. So go ahead and file your taxes. A lot of people on benefits say, hey, how do I file my taxes if I don't have any taxable income? Well, I have not confirmed this, but a lot of people have told me that when you file your taxes, just put $1 as your income. A lot of people have said they put $1. It allowed them to file their taxes and claim the recovery rebate credit to get that stimulus check retroactively. Again, I have not confirmed this, but a lot of people have said this has worked for them, so I would recommend you go ahead and try this to make sure you get your stimulus checks. But with that said, that is the current estimated payment dates for this third stimulus check. And Bernie Sanders is pushing for not only an increase in minimum wage, but also an increase for Social Security benefits. This all goes along with the theme of people living on poverty wage. Those who are on minimum wage, those who are living on Social Security benefits, they should not be forced to live in a poverty wage, especially those who have worked their entire lives, paid taxes. Now they're on Social Security benefits and are forced to live in poverty. So Bernie Sanders is not going to let this go, guys. And Bernie Sanders had a lot to say regarding those who are forced to live in poverty. Let's see what he had to say.
In my view, when we talk about the economy, Anderson, I would say probably the most distressing aspect of where we are today is that half of our people are living paycheck to paycheck. Their car breaks down, they're in serious financial trouble. Millions of people are working for starvation wages. Minimum wage today nationally is $7.25 an hour. And to my mind, and people could disagree with me if they want, that is a starvation wage. Hasn't been raised by Congress since 2007. We've got to take care of low-income workers in this country. It's the right thing to do.
So let me know in the comments if you agree with Bernie. This is all part of his bigger message that says we cannot have Americans working full time, and living on poverty wages. We cannot have Americans work their entire lives and pay taxes into a system to get Social Security benefits and then force them to live on poverty wages. And let me know in the comments if you agree. So Bernie will continue to push for this increase in that minimum wage. We're hoping it does not slow down the stimulus package. And once this is all done, we do expect him to then push for an increase in Social Security benefits, whether it's that $200 per month stimulus for those on benefits or a larger increase in that COLA adjustment. Something needs to be done about Social Security benefits. So guys, with that said, don't forget to subscribe. We will have updates soon as far as exactly when the Senate will approve the stimulus check. Again, we're hoping to get this done quickly, but it might take a few weeks. But those are the factors that may or may not delay when stimulus checks will be sent. Of course, as soon as House Democrats approved the stimulus package, Mitch McConnell immediately came out with a statement slamming them, saying that it is a liberal wish list and does not directly address the pandemic. But despite that, whether or not you vote Democrat or Republican, I think we can all agree that we all want stimulus and we want those who need the help the most to get it throughout this crisis. But guys, thank you so much for watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to keep you posted on the latest on stimulus, as well as a lot of updates for those who are on Social Security benefits as well. We're going to have a lot more videos on Social Security benefits coming soon. But guys, stay strong out there. Help is coming soon. Thanks again for watching and have a great day.